Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you're all having a great day, a better day than me, because I just found out that Xbox is basically killing physical media. And just to rub some extra salt in the already open wound, fanboys are defending this. Because of course they are. But I quickly want to go over why physical media is so important before we get into the subject of today's video. Physical games have so many benefits, man, the number one being game preservation. Now I know not every single game gets this because of like DRM and day one patches and stuff like that, but a lot of games you still can go out and buy physically and the full game is on the disc. Like two games I remember buying physically were Demon's Souls and Tears of the Kingdom. And with both of these games, I wanted to see if I could actually use them offline and just download them offline, and I could. When I put in Demon's Souls, it copied the content from the disc over to the PlayStation, and I could play it straight away. When I went out and bought Tears of the Kingdom, I just put the cartridge in my Switch, the Switch wasn't even connected to the internet, and I immediately booted the game. I didn't even have to copy any content or anything like that. Let's say you live somewhere with bad internet or unstable internet, you don't have to worry about super slow download speeds. Another benefit of physical media, and this is one I never hear talked about, is you can actually play unpatched versions of games. So let's say you want to play like a certain Dark Souls game with an exploit in it, but the only way to play it is you have to play the 1.0 version. Well, the only way to actually play that 1.0 version is to disconnect your console from the internet, put in a Dark Souls disc, and boot the game without updating it. Another benefit for physical media is the fact that you can sell, trade, or give away a game to a friend when you're done with it. You cannot do any of these things with digital media. Another benefit for physical media is you don't have to worry about developers going back and jacking up the price of a game. Like Dark Souls 3, for example, on PlayStation is still like 70 Canadian. However, I can get a Dark Souls 3 PlayStation 4 disc for dirt cheap somewhere on eBay. And if I'm fine with getting it used, I can get it for like $8. And I'm making today's video because of what Xbox is doing to physical media. So I came across this article right here earlier today. 3 big Xbox published games are getting PlayStation 5 exclusive physical editions. If you're an Xbox Series X or S owner, it's digital only for an upcoming trio of big games that are getting physical releases on PlayStation 5. This is just a straight up slap in the face to Xbox owners. I don't care if you want to put the games on PlayStation or not, but why give PlayStation players physical copies and not Xbox players? Microsoft's recent openness to bringing its biggest Xbox Series X and S games to PlayStation 5 has been a boon for sales, but the benefits for Xbox owners may not go both ways, as a trio of big upcoming Microsoft-published games are skipping physical releases on Xbox Series X and S. PS5 gamers, on the other hand, will be able to get physical editions of all 3. Yeah, this is a huge fuck you to Xbox fans. Xbox fans stick by your console and you reward them by giving more options to PlayStation players, options that you could have easily given to Xbox players as well. The Outer Worlds 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Gears of War Reloaded. Gears of War Reloaded and Ninja Gaiden 4 are gonna be great. As for Outer Worlds 2, that shit is gonna stink.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass!
Are the 3 games in question as seen on Amazon, but it doesn't appear to be a case of Microsoft favoring PS5 over its own console. Instead, it seems to be part of Microsoft's broader push towards digital-only releases. Don't you just love modern gaming, bro? Not only are you getting digital-only games, but they're more expensive now. Instead of coming with a physical disc, The Outer Worlds 2 and Ninja Gaiden 4 will only be packaged with a download code in Series X and S boxes. Strangely enough, Gears of War Reloaded won't even have that physical option. It's strictly a digital release except on PS5. I have never understood the idea of going down to a physical game store and buying a code in a box when you can just download the game online. That just seems like a massive waste of time. I remember the first time I saw the code in the box at my local Walmart, and I remember seeing it and thinking, well, who the fuck wants to do that? But like I said near the beginning of this video, fanboys are of course they're defending this, man. So, Mr. Pio here made a tweet saying, "What is happening to Xbox with physical games is just horrible. Not even their first-party games seem to have discs anymore, but PlayStation 5 versions of the games do. Please keep supporting physical games so this never happens to PlayStation and Nintendo." Absolute facts, Mr. Pio. But let's go over some fanboy replies, starting with this one here by Garnix. "Physical media will die at some point anyways, just like it did on PC. It's fine." Well, PC is a bit different because you have platforms like GOG that actually give you full ownership of your games. Plus, on PC there's piracy. Vincent here says, "Shut the fuck up, meathead. Digital is the way." Yeah, how dare you talk about something you're passionate about, bro? Just shut the fuck up. Digital better? Digital is more convenient, but it's worse in every other way. The last time I bought a physical game, it probably came with my PS4, lol. If you really care about owning your games and game preservation, I suggest buying some of your games on GOG. Just because you don't buy physical games, don't mean that everyone else also doesn't buy physical games. Big Shaq says, "Digital forever. Haven't bought a disc since GTA 5 on the 360. They not needed." Well, I mean, gaming in general's not needed because it's an entertainment product. All you need to do is pay bills and survive, so that's a stupid argument. Rabid Salvation says, "Dude, physical media is dying, get over it." Yeah, just roll over and take it, dude. How dare you speak up about something you're passionate about? If he cares about physical media, why shouldn't he advocate for it? Would you not advocate for something you're passionate about? Nathan Wells, #kill physical media, says, "Nah, keep ditching physical media and embrace all digital. It's useless piece of plastic where you have to change the disc in order to play games you want, while digital can play things at an instant." Yeah, with the trade-off of not having any of the benefits that I listed at the beginning of this video. Hope this happens to Nintendo and PlayStation. Well, I think we found it, folks. Pure retardation. Imagine putting #kill physical media in your username, dude. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike and a mean comment. Man, I really don't want to see physical media die. It's absolutely going to suck. Peace.